Hello y'all, welcome back. This video that I'm making for today's art project is going to be very quick because I'm having issues with my normal recording device and I only get 5 minutes. So be prepared for me to talk quickly if you need to. You might need to pause and restart. Now, I already did this first page of the notes or the Word document because we've done it before, and so I'm not going to record that portion of it. Just remember that you want to open the Markdown document when you're inside your home after you've done the copy too. So this is where we are. Remember to change your name and today's date. And then you'll notice that today I'm having you knit as a PDF document. And when you push knit, it will do that automatically. You don't have to select that. And then I'm going to run each chunk of code up here. I'm going to run the library and I'm going to run the data. And then you can see that the data is in my environment window. Now, today we're going to create a 95% confidence interval for the proportion of GVSU students who are freshmen. And to do that, we're going to use the FRED method. And there are two pieces of code that will help us to review conditions and then one for executing the calculations. One thing I want you to notice is that I have echo equals false in these chunks of code, and essentially that is telling R that I don't want to see the code when I actually knit the document. So you'll see that today's project is much neater than it normally is. So to be able to review conditions, I'm going to pull this tally code in. We are doing this for the GVSU students who are freshmen, and the variable that assesses that is year. So I'm going to type in year. And then our data name today is still GVSU. I want the format to be count and I want the margins to be true. When you say margin equals true, that is going to give you the total. So you can calculate your p-hat value by hand. Remember that that's the frequency divided by the total. So you can do 518 divided by 2275. The Blackboard document does ask you for p-hat. Also, though, if you copy this execute calculations code, whoops-a-daisies, I can paste that in here, and we're going to use the same variables. So we have year, same data set, so GVSU, and then this confidence level is going to be the decimal value for how confident you want to be, and we're 95% confident is what we're looking for, so what would the decimal value be? Good, 0.95. And then our success is freshman. So here you can see we have freshman, graduate, junior, senior, sophomore total. Here we have freshmen as our successes. So if you do not calculate that p-hat by hand, it is given to you. Remember, with categorical data, you need to go out 4 decimal places, rounding correctly. So that means you look at the 5th decimal. So here we have 0.22769. Because 9 is the 5th decimal, you would add 1. So this would be 0.2277. That's what Blackboard is looking for. Same is true here. It gives you the lower bound. So here it says 95% confidence interval. The lower bound is the smaller of the two. So 0.2107 because you don't have to add 1. But then with the upper bound, you would have to round correctly. So 0.245 and 6 would be the appropriate value. Now, in your project document, it's going to ask you, or in your assessment, it's going to ask you how to calculate the width. Remember that there is a video in the lectures this week that will tell you how to calculate the width. And then it asks you to use that width to calculate margin of error. There's a video for that. So I'm expecting you to use the width, not for you to go in and find standard error and then the z-star multiplier and then multiply that and then find the margin of error. I want you to work backwards from the width. But I do have lecture videos on that. So then when I knit, because I'm all done with the actual output that I need, what you'll notice is that it opens up a PDF document, and you can see how much cleaner this is. All that extra code from the library and the data and all that we've had in previous weeks is no longer included because I did that echo equals false. So here, when you have this PDF document, you can either do a save as PDF, and then you can save it onto your computer, or here in your R, you can check the confidence interval 4p.pdf and do more and then do export, and you can download it to your computer that way. But you need to upload a PDF document onto your Blackboard site.